The Airgun Advisor is brought to you in part by Airguns of Arizona, High Pressure Pneumatics, Hot Sun USA, Rapid Airworks, and Athlon Optics. You'll find links to these and more in the comments down below. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, I'm Chad Kettner, your Airgun Advisor. Now, in front of us is the Mordax. This has a removable shoulder stock, and it's actually a folding shoulder stock as well. So you can either shoot this as a pistol or as kind of like one of those mini carbines, if you would. Beautiful little air gun. And of course, Western makes a couple of other semi-auto, full auto air guns that you may have seen. I mean, what's not to like about that? Both the Rattler as well as the Sidewinder versions, both larger than this and substantially more powerful. This is about 4 pounds, very light. And you're probably wondering, what in the world is this hole here? Well, this hole is actually for the magazine. Now, this magazine has a cover on it. You can probably see that in the video. That cover just pops off. So if you look at this, look how easy that is. Pop it off. Fill that up with your shots, and this is a 15 shot magazine. And since it's removable, it allows you to have additional magazines on hand, and it uses the same magazine as some of their other air guns that Western makes. So nice to have that. Now it does have a Picatinny rail up here. It does have open sights, so you can shoot it like a pistol. I'll probably go ahead and stick a red dot on here from Hawk Optics, I'm gonna guess, and give that a shot, maybe stretch it out to 50 yards for you. This is a, I mentioned earlier, pretty light little rig here. It does weigh about 4 pounds, like it is, minus the moderator, and has 2 gauges. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Well, first gauge is right up there. Now, I'm not a fan of having a gauge at the front of the air cylinder like this, but there's not a lot of real estate anywhere else to put it on here. So I do understand why they did that. And of course, here is the regulator gauge. So you kind of keep an eye on the regulator. Let's talk about shot count. This is 90 cc's of air, not a ton of air. Now I was able to shoot 2 full magazines, but if you look at the chronograph data on the graph provided, I was getting 15 regulated shots. And from those 15 shots, I was getting just about 30 foot-pounds of energy. So quite a bit from this little 4.5-inch barrel here. By the way, the barrel is made in the United States. And let's pull this around just like this. You can see, yeah, the Mordax is made right here in the United States as well. So you gotta like that. Now, there are other features and other options that are becoming available for this air gun. This air gun's been around now for a few months, and they're coming out with some pretty cool accessories. So let's talk accessories for a minute. Now, this air gun as it's set up is a very nice little air gun, but they've tried to make it a little bit more by giving you some accessories you can put on here. Matter of fact, one of the things I really like, I love wood furniture, and they do give you the option of buying a wood cheek piece here, as well as some beautiful wood grips that you can put on here. You also notice that this is a folding stock, so you can shoot it both as a pistol, like I mentioned earlier, or as a carbine. But I found that shoulder stock to be just a little short for me, and I believe Western has believed that, you know, I'm probably not the only one. So you can get extended pieces in here to extend this out a little bit to make it comfortable. You can also buy an extended air cylinder, so you can get more shots. And if you're looking for just a little bit more power, well, you can do that by also getting an additional barrel for this and running the barrel. It's going to be a little bit longer than the version that we have here in front of us. Other than that though, this is a sweet little PCP just the way it is. And I'm excited to get it down to the range. Let's go ahead and throw a Hawk Optic on here and see what it can do out there at 50 yards as it's set up right here from the shop. Let's go. Super pumped to get out here today. Check out what we've got going on. Let me go ahead and grab my tank out first. Love this bag. Primal gear. And then first air gun of the day right here. Little Western air guns. Can't wait to get this out and show you guys what it's all about. Let's go ahead and take it over to the bench. Well, air gunners, today we're down here at the range. We're with the Western Mordax. Now, this is a beautiful little backpack gun, and look at that, folding stock and all. You can have a moderator on it if you choose. Great little backpacking air gun, and we have a Hawk Endurance red dot sight on top of this, which is perfect for this kind of setup. First up, we got the JSB Jumbo Heavies in 18 grains. Now remember, this is a red dot we're doing down there, and this has a little tank on it. Now to help myself out, just to kind of speed this process up, I've got my tank over here in my primal gear bag, and I'm going to go ahead and just attach it. It's almost empty. It's about 250 bar, which is perfect. So it's going to act like a secondary tank for this little air gun, and it's going to help make sure that, you know, we can get this done and it's nice and consistent for you guys back home. And yeah, gotta make my life easy. So again, we got extra tank on here. Now in real life scenario, you're going to get about 1 magazine, 1.5 magazines. Really depends on how you have it tuned. I've seen some guys actually getting 2 magazines out of it. But for my purposes down here at the range, for how it was set up when this was sent to me from Air Guns of Arizona, well, I'm getting about a magazine. So kind of keep that in mind. Now, again, this is a red dot sight, so not the most precise, but I think you're going to be kind of pleased and surprised at the same time at how much accuracy I really get out of this little air gun here. So again, these are the 18 grain pellets, and we're going to go ahead and shoot that echo gong target down there. Has a real nice ring to it. Matter of fact, you'll even be able to hear it at the bench. Now this is 50 yards, keep that in mind. So go ahead and put it on semi-auto. There we go. So every pull of the trigger, I'm going to get 1 pellet. There you go. What do you think of that group down there? Again, this is the JSB Heavy Diablos, 18 grain. We're going to step it up, and we're going to go ahead and load the magazine with some redesigns, 25 grain JSB pellets, and see what kind of groups we get down there at 50 yards again. Again, we're shooting the redesigns, 25 grainers, again 50 yards with the Hawk Endurance red dot sight. Let's see what we got. Now these are going to lay quite the smackdown. If you're into hunting or pesting, these 25 grainers, man, they're the ticket. All right, here we go. 50 yards. Let's see where we're at. That was it, 15 shots. Now I missed one down there because of the red dot sight. Sometimes that little red dot, for me, at least wearing glasses, I get a little reflection. I used the wrong point of aim, and I'm aiming right at the side there. So yeah, my point of aim changed because I looked at the red dot wrong. But you're gonna get an idea of how these redesigns work. I think they're pretty impressive. Let's go down. Well, you know what? I bet you guys are going to want to see some slugs out of this. Let's go ahead and try some slugs. Matter of fact, I think I sure do. I have them right here. Some Howler slugs, 22 caliber. Now these things are 20 grain slugs. So actually these are a little bit lighter than those jumbo monsters. But they're going to fly a little straighter, hopefully, and a little truer. Let's go ahead and get these guys in there. Now, like I said, we're getting about 15 shots. Now, if the Mordax looks familiar to you, it's because it's made by Western Airguns. Of course, Western Airguns makes the Rattler, and the Rattler is those semi-auto air guns. Nice big calibers, super precise, super accurate. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave a little link for you guys right up here if you want to check that out. If you're looking for massive power, shooting these things out past 100 yards, that's the ticket right there. So let's go ahead, put the last 2 slugs in this magazine. You notice how fast that was to load up 15 shots. Put the cover back on. Get this guy all loaded up for us. There we go. All right, let's see where we're at. And again, these are 20 grain Howler slugs. Now this time I'm gonna aim right for the center. Now my aim point and my impact point are a little different on this because of all the different weights I'm shooting. So here we go. All right, let's go down there and see what we got. I'm going to take my camera down here and we're going to go check this out. I can't believe I pulled that one looking at the wrong dot. Holy cow, those slugs look like they were pretty good. Let's go ahead. I'm going to spin this around so you can see where I'm heading to. So right up here, this is that first group. Those are the 18ers. Not bad. These are those, what, 24 grain jumbo heavy redesigns. Laying a smackdown, couple pellet on pellet action right there. And then these, look at the slugs. Those 20 grain slugs, Howler. Wow. Holy cow. Which would you guys pick? Tell me down below. Would you pick the 18 grain, 24 grain, or 20 grain slugs? Which one would be your go-to? I want to have a little bit of fun. And as always, we've got paint cans laying around here at the range because, well, we're painting targets all the time. When they're empty, man, they're fun to shoot. And oftentimes when they get jammed and they have tons of paint left over, they produce quite the show. So let's go ahead. We got the Thermite on here for DNT optics. Let's go ahead and flip this on to semi-auto and let's check this out. Now, I definitely have a holdover here that I'm going to have to keep in mind. So keep that in mind too. My aim point is going to be different than my impact point. Here we go. Poof. There's one. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Oh, that's all the zoom out I got. Here's one. Let's see what we got here. Poof. Oh, save that one for last. Poof. There's one more. Whoa! Did you see that? That was awesome. I love doing that in slow-mo for you guys. Let's check that out one more time. Full auto. Let's do this. Full magazine, probably about 15 yards here. Let's do this. I mean, what's not to like about that? Go check it out, the Western Mordax over at Airguns of Arizona. Until next time, make sure that trigger pull stays smooth, those pellets fly straight, or should we say slugs in this case, and we'll talk to you next time right here on the Airgun Advisor.